Previously on Our Curious Georgia.
Sean lost his job when George was about 3 months old.
First off, we found this house because literally...
So when you rent a place, 90% of the time it's completely furnished.
We're all
I
set.
can't forget my mask.
This is incredible. Yeah.
We co-sleep with both of them.
Give me your little finger, I'll show you something. Tell me if you notice anything. Do you feel something? Gentle, gentle.
Tea.
You feel it? Do you feel it? Look it. Do you see it?
Tiny tea.
It's popping up. Do you feel it? Is it cute? Be gentle. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
It's a little sharp thing, isn't it? See, Lake, is you getting a tooth? Are you getting a little tooth?
Okay, so what's going on, guys? It's that time of year again when the birds are chirping, the ice is starting to melt, spring is in the air. It's been a really, really rough winter for everyone else. To go along with everyone's favorite time of year, it is tax time too, which means most of you have either filed your taxes, you're waiting for your returns, or you haven't even started it yet. But anyway, we thought we would crunch some numbers with you guys and do our annual cost of living video here in Thailand, so check it out. So for everyone that's been watching us for quite a while now, you guys know that we bust these out it's just ironic that they come out every spring. We did one in Vietnam about this time 2 years ago, then last year we did Bali, this year we're going to do Thailand, just to give you guys a little bit more insight, some perspective on what it might cost a family of 3, now 4, in a location like this. So what I'm also going to do throughout the video and towards the end is take the numbers from each of the cost of living videos that we've done and do a bit of a comparison for you guys. And of course you guys know, but we have to say, keep this in mind when you're watching the video, is that these numbers are indicative to our personal experiences, not every expat out there, okay? Everyone has different monthly budgets, different spending habits, so this is exclusive to us as a family of 4. And just like the other videos, we break these down into subcategories. So number 1 being rent or accommodation, transport, phone. We kind of group food here, but we split it up between eating out and groceries. Miscellaneous, which is like whatever, household items, haircuts, laundry. Visas for travelers coming in and out, and travel insurance. Okay, first category is rent. So this is the house that we're currently in right now, which we love, is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, which includes Wi-Fi and water. Unlike the other 2 locations, house cleaning is not included in the price, which used to be like a once-a-week thing. Here you have to source it out yourself, which is easy to do. I mean, there's so many expats that are in the same boat, and it's usually about 500 baht, so about 15 bucks a week. And the only other things on top of that would be electricity, which was like 38 bucks for the month, and then gas for the stove, which we've only had to fill up once. Big, large gas containers like the other places. And super quick, you just call the owner, he rings up his guy, and he's here delivering it 10 minutes later, so super easy. So that's it for accommodation, and I'll flash up the other 2 locations, their cost, along with Thailand's cost. So next up is transport. So that usually includes taxis and scooter rental with gas. And gas for scooters is the same everywhere you go. It's like a couple bucks to fill up a tank. But the only difference here being on the island is that we rented a scooter at the beginning and then we stopped. Long story short, my mom came to visit. It was easier for us all to travel together in a car, so we rented a car. So we decided to not go back to the scooter and keep the car. So I'm gonna give you the cost of a car rental, on this island. So for scooter rental here on the island, the best price I could come up with, that's about 3,000 baht per month, close to about 90 bucks US. You could find cheaper maybe if you knew a friend of a friend or something, but if you're gonna be here, this is my advice for anyone coming here to stay for a long period of time. We've never done this because we never know how long we're staying somewhere, but if we knew we were gonna come back to Thailand for say a year, I would buy a bike. I would buy a bike for say 6,000, 7,000 baht. You can literally use that the whole time you're here. You may have to pay for a few repairs, but it's really cheap to do, and then sell that at the end. You could probably get back exactly what you paid for, or maybe a little bit less, versus renting a bike every month for 3,000 baht. In the long run, you will save yourself a lot of money. Do that in Bali and Vietnam, I would advise the same thing. So here on the island, we stopped using the scooter and we kept the car. We just traded it in for a cheaper version. It was like a 2000 and something 4 or 5 Grand Vitara. It was 11,000 baht per month. Now, had we extended that, if we kept the rental for a long period of time, she would have dropped it to 9,000 baht. It's the same with everything. That's how it goes, right? Longer stays, more negotiation. And gas to fill that tank was about 1,000 baht per month. So transport altogether in Thailand was obviously a lot dearer than other places, but it's because we had a vehicle this time. Okay, so next up would be phone cost. So here in Thailand versus the other places, we actually had a phone plan. It's like a monthly sort of ordeal. Although we still had to go top it up every month, but it lasted us for 30 days. Where I found, well, Bali, we didn't even have one. And Vietnam was more of like a pay-as-you-go top-up card scratch thing that you put in some digits. Here, you would go into the actual shop and they would do it all for you. I just found Thailand's to be the best of the three, just as far as cost, affordability, that's the same thing. Affordability, accessibility, user-friendly, let's go with that, plus speed. The speeds here were like 6 gigabytes with like top-notch speeds for internet. It was unlimited internet for that cost. Yeah, I just found their phone plans to be the best. Okay, so next up would be food. So that would include eating out and groceries. Okay, we're gonna do groceries first. That was 685 US per month. So compared to Vietnam, which was a little bit more than Vietnam, but a little bit less than Bali. This island's great for groceries. There's no shortage of anything. There's big grocery stores. There's tiny specialty shops or like healthy vegan shops. There's loads and hundreds of markets everywhere, local markets. So you have everything that you would need to buy, to cook, to bring home. Okay, and to go along with groceries would be eating out, which is always a high cost for us, which we don't mind. Food is like it's our biggest cost, 100%. But we are also living on Vegan Island here, which is nicknamed Temptation Island. So everywhere you go is a vegan cafe. How do you say no? We don't mind. We don't mind spending a little bit more money on plant-based options. There's so many of them. Very comparable to Bali. Maybe on a scale of cost, maybe a little bit more inflated than Bali is for certain dishes. Okay, so that was the cost of eating out per month, $412. Next up would be miscellaneous for us. So that's random items, okay? Things like haircuts. So a haircut for me would be about $12, $10-12 US, which is a little bit more than the other places. Household items. When we first got to this house, it didn't come with everything, or a few extras. We needed like a blender. I think a blender cost us $45. We had to buy some towels. Maybe a playland, if we took Georgia to a playland, which is 50 baht to enter. So for Georgia, we enrolled her in soccer and circus on the island. So 2 activities we hadn't done before. So there are 250 baht each to have her participate in that. Myself, I played soccer Friday nights with some buddies, so that was another expense. A gym membership here on the island, which was 1,500 baht for the month. Even a massage, a couple times Jazz had massages here, so they were like 400 baht to do that. The total for miscellaneous was 280 US. Okay, so next up is visas, which is never a black and white or cut and dry situation. I'm not going to get into the whole what kind of visas you can get. The visa that we got was a single entry tourist visa. What that means is that we can come into Thailand one time, one entry point, and we have 60 days to stay, and then within that 60 days we can apply inside Thailand for a 3rd month extension, a 30-day extension. So it gives us 90 days total without having to leave the country. The only funny thing is that the single entry visa for 2 months that we got in Canada coming here was $40 US. The extension is $60 for the extended month. So it's like a lot more money for that month. But either way, gives you the 3 months. That's what was our cost. And here are the costs for Bali and for Vietnam. So last but not least would be travel insurance, which a lot of you guys do ask us. do we have travel insurance, or what do we have, or what's the difference between health and travel insurance? So we have travel insurance, and it costs us, hold on, $145 per month, which is a little bit more than before, but that's because we have a new addition to our family who's an absolute fortune, but she's totally worth it. Lake's great. But the difference between travel insurance and health insurance is just travel insurance is for the traveler. So it covers you for in travel situations, cancellations, lost, like personal belongings that are lost, maybe emergency medical treatment if you have to be evacuated to go home or something like that. Where health insurance is for like the resident, for like someone who's living there long term, like inpatient checkups or like treating chronic disease or something that you would have at home. That's health insurance. Okay, so that's a kind of a wrap of our month in Thailand, living in Koh Phangan Island. I will flash up the 3 total costs for each country. I know a lot of you are probably going to ask, overall bang for your buck, cost for cost, this island being here is a little bit more, well, Vietnam's in a league of its own, but compared to Bali, I find here is a little bit more expensive just for little personal items, you know, specialty foods, chia seeds, health shops, scooter rentals, accommodation, even accommodation. We love this home, but we love the location more. That's why we love it so much. As far as homes in Bali or villas, you can't compare. I mean, for us anyway, our personal opinion, the villas are amazing. Like the architecture, the privacy, the seclusion of that. We love it, especially in Ubud. But yeah, the cost seems to be a little bit more inflated here in Koh Phangan. You can go live in Chiang Mai or in Northern Pai in the rural subdivisions for a fraction of this price. But if anyone is coming to the southern islands of Thailand, whether it be on the Gulf side here, Samui, Penang, or Tao, or you go to the Andaman Sea, you're going to Phuket, Phi Phi, Lanta, Lipe, you're going to pay a lot more money to live in the islands of Thailand for 100%. And especially the time that we're here now in the high season. We just ran through December, January, February, which is peak season. And in that is peak season, which is like skyrocketing prices over Christmas and New Year's. Now we're coming into low season. Things are going to drop off. You can get accommodation, food, transport a lot cheaper. So that's sort of our cost of living here for the month of February. Anyway, I hope that helped you guys, give you a little bit more insight. Share if you've lived here before yourselves. Share your experiences, share your costs down below in the, oh wait, you can't even do it in the comments, never mind. Instagram. Meet us over on Instagram and share your expenses, what it cost you. Maybe if you don't mind, it could help people out. And if anyone is interested in renting this house, which is coming available quite soon, I will link below. There's no website. This place isn't advertised. I will give you the number of the gentleman, Mr. T. I will give you the number, his Thai number, and you can reach out to him. But thanks again, guys. We will see you next Monday. Bye.